Hello students, welcome back to another demonstration. What we're going to do today is work on exercise 7, our light and shadow, and we've combined that with an overlay texture for part A, or example A. This is an image from last year of what we're going to kind of try to do. This one was done in Procreate, and this image we're going to work on right now, this is the speed paint right here. We're going to do the same thing, and it's going to be done in Procreate. There's already a Photoshop version of this as well. So we'll show you that at the end. So I've created a Photoshop or a Procreate file. There's example A, and I'm going to add a clip mask to the top of it to add some light. I'm going to get a nice soft, big airbrush. I'm in the airbrush area of brushes. I'm going to make sure it's nice and big. The one other thing that we need to do to this layer is we're going to turn it into a screen mode, blend mode, so we can make it lighter. I'm going to keep that same purple color, and I'm going to paint in screen mode, and you can see here it starts to add light. I'm going to say that the light is coming from the top left of this shape, okay? And then maybe go back, pick a slightly lighter color of this purple to make more of like a highlight area. So there's that, not right on the edge, but close to it. Soften that out. I think maybe I put one other little teeny highlight right in the middle of that. And lighten my color. Smaller brush, more opacity. And maybe just kind of soften the edge of that a little bit. There's my light. So now add a new layer, another clipping mask for example A. This one we're going to set to multiply, okay? So by putting multiply, we're going to sample the same dark purple color. Now I'm going to paint that in the bottom right half of this sphere, and we're going to get a shadow. Slowly kind of work it up. It's nice if it's on a different layer, because if you make a mistake, you can erase it. You can kind of pull some of that back. And I think as I go through and work on this, I actually do that for a little bit, changing the eraser, making it a little bit smaller, finding a different soft blend eraser there, and just pulling a little bit of that away so that it feels more even, like that sphere or that shadow should. Kind of go back and forth till you get a look that you're happy with. So there it is. Now, what I like to do with this project, if we go back to the screen mode, this is a purple sphere. What if I found something in that yellow-orange range and there was a second light catching maybe a reflection in the shadow? So I'm going to paint a little bit of that. I think I try this a couple different sizes of brush, a couple different opacities. I think I delete it a couple times or erase it until I get something that I really like, and make it pretty small. But it really starts to kind of show an interesting form if we can get a light, a shadow, and then like a second light that catches a little bit of an edge somewhere. So I'm still playing around with this. I think it took me a little bit of time. This is all real-time painting. I'm not speeding this one up at all. This is as fast as I was doing it as I was doing it. So there's kind of a overall look of this. I think I'm going to add just a little bit of more light on the edge. Maybe I'm happy. I don't know. Zoom in. Let's see what we do here. All right, so we're going to add a texture. So I open up, add a photo. It is going to take a little bit of scrolling to find it. I think I have one down quite a ways here. So I'm going to zoom through a lot of these images. Some of them are painting stuff. Some of them are different classes. You might see stuff that you've seen with me before. But eventually we're going to get down there, and I'm going to find that texture. I think we're getting close. I don't think I had downloaded a texture since last year. So I actually ended up selecting the texture from last year. So that was in that first image. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to stretch it so that it fits the whole size of the sphere. It's only going to go onto that sphere. And then I've chosen warp here, and I'm going to squeeze this in a little bit on the edges. You'll see me kind of pulling those corners down and in towards that. It starts to kind of make that circle and make the texture fit around a sphere by bringing those corners in and rounding them in. So that's the idea. Now we just have to make sure that it's in the right place and it's the right type of texture. So right now we have a normal layer. I think I put it on top, and we have to go to our favorite, overlay. And that just kind of integrates it into the image itself. So this is a little strong, so I'm going to take the opacity down. And then one other thing that we're going to go through and do as we do this is grab the eraser and maybe pull a little bit of it away over towards the highlight so that you can still see the highlight and maybe the texture shows up more on the edges. So here is the example that I did in Photoshop yesterday, and you can find those in the class recordings. See you later.